Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be making chicken biryani. My friend from India, Hari Prasad, has given me this recipe, and I basically grew up eating biryani from Durban, South Africa, but today I want to try how the authentic version from India. So we're starting off with frying 5 onions thinly sliced. I've just got some vegetable oil here and I've decided to actually measure it today to try and be a bit more accurate. So that's 50 mils of vegetable oil. So I'm going to pour that in. I might need more. And I've got, this is on a medium heat. And I'm going to start off, this is thinly sliced, and I'm going to fry them in sections just so that I can get them perfectly done. So we're going to saute these until they are more on the crispy side. Of course, not burnt, because they're going to form. Our onions are going to form part of our layering. Okay, so it's been about 3 or 4 minutes, and I want to show you where I am with my onions. I feel that I can start removing, especially that amount, that kind of color. So I'll just start removing that, and I'm using tongs because I find it easier. Okay, so I'm just going to empty all of this and keep going with my onions until all 5 onions have been fried. So I'm just in the middle of frying my onions, and I just wanted to say, when you're frying your onions, constantly move your onions around and stir. I'll show you how I do that. It's just going to help your onions brown evenly, and this is what I've been doing. It's just and if you want to give it like maybe 30 seconds for the bottom of that to cook, then that's fine, but I've been shifting it around continuously. Also, if you need a little bit of oil, because when you're removing your onions, some of the oil will transfer to your paper towel. Just put a little bit more in at a time, just so your onions have got some oil to work with. Welcome back, everyone. So we've fried all our 5 onions. And now we need to prepare the marinade for your chicken. So I'm working on a large quantity today, so feed over 10 people depending on how hungry everybody is. And what I've done is I have cut 2 kgs of chicken and put it into a bowl. I will definitely give you all the ingredients for the marinade slash masala. I have got here the 2 kgs of chicken, and they're just in bite-sized pieces. Then to your marinade, you're going to add half of the onion that we just fried. I've got 1 bunch of coriander, and you're going to need another bunch for when you layer, and I've got a bunch of mint. I'm also going to add 2 red chilies and 2 green chilies. The original recipe calls for 6 to 7 of each, but I can't really handle very hot food, so I'm reducing that. And I'm also going to add 2 chopped tomatoes, 50 ml of oil. And now we'll go through our spices. For your spices, you will need 100 grams of ginger, 100 grams of garlic, 2 to 3 tablespoons of turmeric, 2 to 3 tablespoons of garam masala, 2 to 3 tablespoons of hot chili powder, 2 tablespoons of red chili powder. What I've done there, just to reduce the heat again, is I've added 3 tablespoons of Kashmiri chili powder, which is classified as the red chili powder. I've also added 2 tablespoons of coriander powder, 2 tablespoons of cumin powder, 3 tablespoons of biryani masala, and 2 tablespoons of salt, 10 grams of clove powder, 10 grams of mace. And what we're going to do is add that all to our chicken. And our last ingredient for the masala is some natural yogurt. We're going to need 500 grams. So this is a kg, and I'm going to add half of my container. Yep. And now what you're going to do is mix this really, really well and refrigerate for 2 hours. Okay, so this is my marinade ready to go into the fridge. It took about maybe 5 minutes to make sure that everything was mixed in well. I made sure to dig to the bottom and get all of the chicken incorporated into my marinade. And now I'm going to refrigerate this for 2 hours. So we've had our chicken marinating in the fridge for an hour, and now we need to prepare the rice part of the biryani. So what I've got here is 2 kgs of long rice. I've got here extra long basmati rice, and we're going to be cooking that to 80% cooked. So how to prepare the rice. So you're going to put it in a strainer, and you're going to wash the rice 3 to 4 times, and then you're going to let it soak for 10 to 15 minutes. Then strain that water. You'll be surprised at the amount of starch that's released into the water, and we're trying to get rid of that. I've done all that, and now I've put the rice on to boil, and I just want to show you the few things that I'm going to add to flavor the rice. So I've got 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil in here and 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, and I'm going to add that in. And I'm going to also add 2 tablespoons of salt. Salt added, and now you're going to stir everything and cook it until it's 80% cooked. And then you're going to strain it, and then it's ready for the layering part of it. Okay, so it's been about 15 minutes, and the rice is, it's edible, but it's kind of tough, so I would reckon that that's 80%. I'm going to strain this now and move on to preparing the marinade. Okay, so I've removed our rice. I have strained it, and now I want to coat the rice with a bit of yellow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a turmeric marinade. Oh, something to baste it with. If you live in hotter climates, I would avoid using turmeric and get yourself some egg or yellow food coloring, because I find that turmeric makes your food go off really quickly or spoils the food. So I've put 2 heaped teaspoons of turmeric in there. And how much water would that be? That's 1/3 of a cup. No, that's 1/2 a cup, sorry. What I'm going to do now, you'll see that this wouldn't be enough for all this rice. What I'm trying to achieve is to have some white rice, some lightly yellow rice, and some very yellow rice. So I'm just going to pour that over. And what you'll find is the top rice is very yellow, and the bottom is white. I'm going to make another lot of it because I feel that we could have more yellow rice. Do that again. Then I'm going to mix that in a little bit. And notice that when I'm mixing it in, my fork isn't going in very deep. It's because I want to have some white rice left. So it's just about halfway down into the bowl. Oh, that looks good. Okay, I'm going to let that soak in and let that coat the rice. And then I'm going to strain it, and then we'll get, multicolor hue of yellow. You can see that peeping through. Okay, so our masala has had 2 hours in the refrigerator. I am now going to cook the masala, and to do this I've got some oil in a pot, same vegetable oil, and I've got here 5 green cardamom and 5 black cardamom, a few bay leaves. The recipe requires 3, but because my bay leaves are small, I've put in a few more, and 3 cinnamon bark. I looked for the biggest one so that I could remove it easily. What you're going to do is you're going to fry all of these, and then you're going to add your marinade to cook. So we'll do that now. I should have waited a little bit longer for my oil to be sizzling, but I'll use that opportunity to spread everything around. Okay, I think this is quite well toasted and it's ready to go. Remember, in the marinade I use 10 grams of clove powder and 10 grams of mace powder. If you manage to buy the seeds, you would also do it in this process. I'm going to make sure that my heat is on medium, and then I'm going to spoon the marinade into my pot. That feels like it's sizzling quite a lot. So I'm going to take a bit lower. I'll give it a stir when I'm a little way through, just to make sure that nothing burns. Okay, I've managed to add all my marinade into my pot. I've given it a good stir. Do not add any water, because the water from the chicken, the yogurt, that's all gonna lubricate and liquidize your pot, your food. So now I'm gonna close my pot, and I am going to cook this until it's fully cooked. And no half cooking, because we're not going to put it in the oven today. It's been 40 minutes, and what I did every 10 minutes was stir the pot just to ensure that everything is cooking evenly. I think 40 minutes is enough time for a pot of chicken to cook fully. It has been on low, if you're using an electric stove, on about 3 or 4. But of course I'm using gas. So I'm just going to show you what this looks like now. As I said before, plenty of liquid available. Yeah, smelling really fantastic. Okay, I'm going to now turn off the heat, and our marinade, I would say, is ready. So you've got to see our marinade all done. Final stages now. I'm just going to layer the biryani and cook it on an extremely low heat for 10 to 15 minutes after I've filled this pot. I appreciate that all my ingredients might not fit into it, but I'll just, keep making new pots of food until it's all done. So what I'm going to do first, I want to show you the rice too. You'll see it's different colors of yellow, which is exactly what I was going for. And then here is different things of white, which is what I was going for. Yay! It's nice when the plan works out. So the first thing you're going to do is add a layer of the chicken marinade. I might put a bit more in there. Whoops. Okay, and then some rice. And then you're going to put in some of your fried onion, just so when you dish into it you can get some of it. And then some coriander. You're going to repeat the order of layers until your pot's full. Okay, I've just removed our biryani from the pot. It was on the lowest heat possible for about 12 minutes. And now I'm keen to see what it looks like and be rewarded for all our hard work. There you go. That looks yum. It's still sizzling. And I'm gonna just dig into that. Some rice. And let's have a taste of India's biryani. Wow, it is completely different to any other biryani I've tasted. It's got some, I actually thought it was going to be way more spicier than what it was, and I think because I toned it down a little bit I can manage it, but it's got so much flavor. The chicken's juicy, the rice is soft and still separates. You can taste the onions add their own element of flavor as well. Just gonna have another bite. Absolutely delicious, guys. Do try this recipe if you've got a couple of hours available. Please do like my video and subscribe to my channel for many more recipes to come. See ya!